What's up guys, Deck Tech here, back after my long hiatus, and I'm here to talk about a deck that I've been playing a ladder a little bit and which has recently been getting a lot of attention. It is a minion heavy dragon priest build that has big spell synergies. I've been playing it for a couple days now. I saw the idea, I don't remember where, but somewhere on Twitter, of having a deck based around Grand Archivist and Spiteful Summoner, and then you just only have big spells free from Amber and Mind Control in the deck, and then it works really well in the Dragon Priest shell, which is just very strong on its own. But this morning, according to my Twitter, about 17 hours ago, a Japanese player who goes by Satellite HS posted that he had gotten number 3 legend with a very similar list to the one that I'm showing you here. Differences include Glimmer Roots, I think, are the main thing. He had 2 Glimmer Roots for the Fairy Dragon and the Mind Control tech, which are kind of my twist on it. Otherwise, the decks are very similar. So obviously you know how dragons work. We just told you we're trying to play the big spells. Corridor Creeper has been kind of the breakout hit of Kobolds and Catacombs, and so it goes in there as well, just like it's going in pretty much every deck these days. And then of course you've got Bone Mare sitting at the top, which works really well after Spiteful Summoner. So now that we've gone over the deck real quick, let's play a quick game and see if we can learn some things. So you see I'm at rank 10. I spent the first couple days after release. We're currently only 5 days out after Kobolds and Catacombs has gone out, and I spent the first couple days doing mostly dungeon runs, only completing like 2 of them, so to moderate success.
The light shall bring victory.
But it's been lots of fun. And as soon as I started playing, I picked up this deck, and it's just been going very well for me. So I thought, since it's the new hotness, maybe we should do a little segment on it. So Corridor Creeper's a good thing to start in your hand because it gets reduced for every minion that dies on both sides of the field throughout the game while it's in your hand, though. So if you can keep it early, you do. The rest of this hand is, of course, late game cards, though, so that's not so good. Luckily he didn't come out too fast on me. He's not got the best hand either, of course, since he's tempoing Valet. So now we can start to maybe catch up on board. This deck really thrives in the mid game, so the fact that we're not overrun at the start is always good, and then you just want to close it out before it gets super late. But there's not a ton of decks that can really punish you too hard in that super late. Tempo Mage has been seeing a lot of good play these days. It's an interesting play. There's a couple secrets you gotta look out for: explosive runes and your NT test from the same way. So you might as well play dude. See if he dies or gets copied.
Wish to live
That's
forever.
Right. Fireball here would be a bit of a bummer, but trading in Worm would be good for us. Next turn we can Talon Priest and heal, which is nice.
I wonder.
Another secret, so he's only gotten 1 mirror entity so far.
You wish to live forever.
Runes.
Your soul.
Is bored. If I'm think he's the aggressor in this matchup. He's got a lot more face damage and whatnot.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Playing the creeper now is a little bit dangerous because of runes. You prefer to play like a little guy if you can. Of course, next turn would be Bone Mare turn. Not just runes, actually, Mirror Entity would be worse for us. So maybe we'll play Naked Duskbreaker.
Meddlesome insects.
See what it is. Alright. So that means it's counterspell. So we have to decide which of our things we want to let them take. They're only running 3 secrets now, unless they get something off of like a stone. This is okay, we get really good. I think instead of getting for the free corner, start pressing our advantage. We have the dual board advantage here. We can maybe fire lands, be a bit of an issue, but then we'd still be okay. And this is where you can see our deck starts taking huge advantage, because you've got these big board swings, big board states that a lot of decks have a lot of trouble dealing with.
You win this.
And that's it.
Well played.
So let's see, I've been on a streak. I've been doing well. I played it from 14 to 10 and a bit, with only, I think, maybe 3 losses in that time, so it's been going very well. People haven't quite caught on 100% to Corridor Creeper yet. That's definitely been a bit of a surprise for a lot of us, but it's just been really good as Team LUL has shown us Trinity Series. They ran like
The light shall bring victory.
out of their 9 decks,
Light
they had
smiles upon the
14
just.
Corridor Creepers or something like that. So, I don't know what type of priest he is. There's 3 major priest archetypes right now. Dragon, Razakas, and Big Priest. So you kind of have to play to all of them, but this is just a good general purpose hand. Mind Control Tech, so we kept 1 card, rolled 2. Mind Control Tech is really good against my deck, because you tend to play 2 guys on a lot of turns, so if you're not careful, you'll play into 4, and since it's such a uncommon tech card, sometimes it's not even wrong to just play 4. You don't have to play around it if no one else is running it. So we still don't have a dragon. I like to tempo out my clerics. I'm not sure if everyone agrees with that. Some people want to make sure they guarantee value off of it, but I like that it makes people not play their cards. And then I can press that advantage.
Once upon a time.
Not the best dragons. I think we just leaning towards Malagos because of it's hard to deal with. Midnight Drake would just be a threat, easier to deal with, but we are tempo deck, so I guess I'll go with the Drake.
Right away.
Usually with the offering bonus, you're gonna get something good. You could get a lot. You can chain Draconid operatives sometimes, but obviously, I think they intentionally made it harder to do that. So, see, this is good. Now we get a draw. Do we want to play a threat or get a draw? I think we'll develop.
You wish to live
Twist
forever?
right away.
So that tells me he's Rizakis, which means we're the aggressor, and it's actually a decent matchup. We're gonna get a turn 5 Spiteful. And we're just gonna have a lot of threats that he's gonna struggle to quickly. So this ended up being a good pick, whatever this guy's called, Midnight Drake. And we've got the second Corridor Creeper, so that's really good after like an Anduin turn or something when he clears everything. This is a good matchup because you could develop a lot of threats that he has limited answers to. If he plays the Shadow Word, then that's good because he can't kill our other stuff. Now he's just digging for an answer. Okay, we got him. Rude. So if I coin out Spiteful, that leaves me with a bit of a weird turn next turn. So I think we'll just play the Operative. Spiteful's nice if you can get it out a couple turns before their Anduin turn. Really, these are the only two choices. I don't care about my life so much. If he's killing me, he's going to clear my board first before he kills me, so that's not as big of a concern. In terms of big guys, doesn't run a ton. This is obviously Velen, but if he's Velen me, that means so not terribly concerned about that either. So I guess we'll just take the 2 damage.
Surrender your will to the Cabal.
Injured?
Okay. So he's digging. This gives us 1 turn
Pinch of death.
to attack with our big guy that we're going to generate now before he gets to Anduin it, so that's nice.
The light purges your soul.
In fact, we'll go all in. Racing before Anduin comes down. So it didn't. You don't like that because if he has Dragonfire, it clears a lot of the board, but we still would have 14 damage, which is not none. It's a good amount. And then you could just drop the other Corridor Creeper, but then that would be dropping it right into Anduin.
At
So
last,
good.
disciple.
Ten, 13, 14, 18. I think it's on the board.
Revenge!
Well played.
And there we go.
Your soul.
So, you know, maybe that gives you a bit of an idea how the deck plays. Take another quick look at the deck list right here, just to remind you what's in it. So, as you saw, pretty basic. You want to play dudes early to try to win the board if you can. Against aggro decks, you're totally okay with just doing lots of trades, playing maybe a Tar Creeper, getting in the way, and then just Duskbreaker, and then take over from there. And then in the mid game is where you dominate. you're playing your threats, you're playing your Spiteful Summoner for just huge swing turns. Spiteful Summoner into Bone Mare, you can just seal a lot of games. That's a great 6-7. And then you just throw in your Corridor Creepers when you can, usually for free or really cheap because of all that trading and clearing that you've been doing throughout the game. So that's a bit on this new up and coming deck that has just been doing really right by me. So hopefully it works for you too. Thanks for watching.